Hello to all of you, my lovely students. How are you? It's me, your English teacher, Waad Rashid from Ru'a Al Farouk Academy. The outcomes for our lesson today. Students should be able to recognize the use of past passive and recognize the form of the structure and practice the structure. Our lesson for today is past passive. Passive means المبني للمجهول. Let's know the difference between active sentences and passive sentences, or active voice and passive voice. We said passive voice means المبني للمجهول. Okay, active voice means المبني للمعلوم. What's the difference between them? Look, in the active, the subject is important. Subject, which means فاعل, is important. We have to write a subject in our sentence, or we have to start our sentence with a subject. Look at the example. Tom stole my bicycle. Tom is the subject. Stole, verb 2 or verb simple past, and my bicycle, it's an object. This sentence is inactive because the subject is important and we start our sentence by using the subject. And the verb here, verb 2. Okay? But in passive voice, the subject isn't important. غير مهم. Okay, let's know the use of past passive. We use past passive, number 1, when we don't know who did the action. When we don't know who did the action means عندما لم نكن نعرف who did the action, it's the subject or the doer of the action. لم نكن نعرف الفاعل أو الذي قام بالفعل, who did the action. And we can use past passive when the receiver of the action is more important than the subject. The receiver of the action, which means object. So, the use of past passive when we don't know the subject and when the object is more important than the subject. Okay? And now, let's recognize the form of the passive sentence. But at first, look at this sentence. Tom stole my bicycle. This sentence is an active voice, مبني للمعلوم, because the subject is important and we know the subject. Subject is Tom, stole, verb 2, and my bicycle is the object. Let's change this sentence into passive or past passive. At first, we should identify the subject, the verb, and the object in the active sentence. We said that Tom is the subject, stole verb 2, and my bicycle is object. Then we should use the object of the active sentence, اللي هي my bicycle, to become the subject of the passive sentence. Look, I start my new sentence by using my bicycle. Then I should use verb to be. But because the verb to in active sentence, we will use was or were, past. according to our subject, my bicycle. Is it singular or plural? Excellent, it's singular, so we will use here was. My bicycle was. Then we will add the past participle of the main verb, which means verb 3 from this. Stole, verb 2, the verb 3 is stolen. بتصير my bicycle was stolen. طيب وتوم. Then we will put by and the subject. By Tom. Look, it's in passive voice or past passive. My bicycle, it's the object. Was, it's verb to be. Was or were. Stolen, verb 3, and by the subject. Tom is the subject. So the form of the past passive sentence will be object, was or were, verb 3, by and subject. By and subject we can delete them. It's optional to write them or not. بإمكاننا ما نكتب by the subject. And now let's know the steps to change the sentence from active voice to passive voice, or how to change from active voice to passive voice. The number one, we should identify the subject, the verb and the object in the active sentence. نعين subject, verb, object. Look at this sentence. The boys ate the cake. The boys is the subject, ate verb 2, and the cake is the object. Number 2, or step number 2, what we should do? Move the object of active sentence to become the subject of passive sentence. This is the object. We will start our new sentence by it. Look, the cake. The next one, use verb to be, was or were. But the cake is singular, so we will use was. The cake was. Next, add the past participle of the main verb after verb to be. Past participle of ate is eaten, so the sentence will be the cake was eaten. We can continue our sentence by using by boys, or we can't use them. Let's do this exercise. Change the sentences into passive voice. Sentence 1. My dad fixed the car. بدنا نتبع الخطوات اللي حكينا عنها قبل شوي. At first, we should identify the subject. My dad is the subject. Fixed, verb 2, and the car, object. The first thing, we should write the object, here the car. Then, the car is singular or plural? Bravo, singular. So, we will use what? Excellent, was. The car was, verb 3, excellent. So, the sentence will be, the car was fixed by my dad. Fixed, verb 3. Not fixed, verb 2, because it's regular verb. Look at sentence 2. My sister bought these bags. يلا. Let's identify. My sister is the subject. Bought, verb 2. These bags, it's an object. Excellent. We will start our new sentence by using these bags, Okay. These bags, singular or plural? Excellent, the plural. So we will use what? Was? No, were. So the sentence will be, these bags were bought, verb 3, by my sister. Sentence number 3. Sarah sang a song. Sarah is the subject, excellent. Sang, verb 2, a song, object. Let's change it to passive. We should start our new sentence by a song, excellent, was sung by Sarah. A song was sung by Sarah. Number 4. Somebody made mistakes. Somebody is the subject, made, verb 2, mistakes, the object. Okay, the new sentence will be, excellent, mistakes were made. Mistakes جمع. So we used were, made, verb 3. Look here, I didn't write by someone. Why? Because the subject is not important. غير مهم. The next one, somebody found the key. Somebody is the subject, found, verb 2, and the key is the object. The new sentence will be, excellent, the key was found. Found is verb 3 and the key is singular. So we used was. The last one, somebody cleaned the rooms. Somebody subject, cleaned, verb 2, rooms, object. The sentence in passive will start with the rooms were cleaned. The rooms جمع, so we used were, and cleaned is verb 3. Okay, my students, we have finished our lesson for today. Thank you and be ready for the next class.